Rome is beautiful and wonderful.
It's the center of the church. It's really the heart of the church.
Somebody described it to me once as the hometown of every Catholic.
Rome provides you with an experience of the history of the church. It goes all the way back to the very beginning.
Being here in Rome with Catholic Studies has allowed me to come face to face with the church. It's put this reality in front of me.
It makes so much of what we study come alive because you can realize, yeah, this is where Peter came, this is where Paul came.
We have a Rome program which is, I think, one of the most important parts of the Catholic Studies experiences.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
And it's fundamentally important because it allows our students to step out of American culture, the ordinary habits of their lives, to see the universal church, to go to the heart of the church in Rome.
Rome is just great because it's crazy. It's a lot of fun, and there's so much to learn from just the culture, from the architecture, the people there, everything.
It's really unique because it makes you realize my little world isn't the whole world, and there's so much more, and it makes history real, and it makes church history real.
When you're in Rome, you have opportunities that you just don't have anywhere else in the world.
Today I went to the Mass at St. Peter's Basilica, and then afterwards the Pope gave his noon Angelus. The piazza was packed. There was tons of people excited to see him. It's a cool experience to see the Pope. I mean, he is the Vicar of Christ. He's the Bishop of Rome. He's the head of the Universal Church.
You just get this profound sense of really being a part of the church.
It's the opportunity, I think, to see the church in all of its splendor, the church in all of its universality.
And you just see the beauty of the church in Rome, how diverse but yet how unified it is.
For a Catholic, you understand the bigger picture of what you're a part of. You understand the faith that has been passed down through the ages.
Andiamo.
When you walk around the streets of Rome, you walk into a church and there's just a saint or a blessed's body there, and you have no idea who they are. You're just like, cool, you know, holy person, you know, pray in front of their body for a while.
Being here makes the church more real to me, and just the fact that I can walk into a random church on the way home from school and see a tomb of a saint just sitting there.
This is where men and women who were just like us, really, men and women of strengths and men and women of weaknesses, were heroic in responding to the invitation of God in their life.
It's helped inspire me to grow in holiness. You know, you're around all these saints, around all these martyrs, and you can't help but say, these guys were just human beings like me. They were sinners just like me. You can't help but just be inspired by that.
It's everywhere you walk, you know. You turn left and there's a church, you turn right and there's a church.
To have the Catholic faith so visually and materially in front of you was something I'd never experienced before.
All the students here on the program attend the Angelicum, the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas, and it's right in the center of Rome, a couple minutes walk from the Colosseum, you know, the Roman Forum.
Being in Rome at the Angelicum, where many of the students are priests or religious, seminarians, lay people anxious to discover their own larger vocation in life, provides opportunities for students to think very deeply about this. It provides an atmosphere and a support for that reflection, which is very much a part of the overall experience.
There's a sense of peace about the Angelicum. It's kind of removed from ordinary college life, you know. It's really different, but it's really nice.
Do you remember the relationship with, between...
The classes you're studying at the Angelicum are not easy classes, but it's so rewarding that a lot of times you don't think about, you know, maybe that, you know, these classes are difficult. You're just so willing to dive into it and to learn because it's about your faith.
To figure out the answers to so many of the questions I've had about Catholicism and be able to really live in a place where it was put in practice, like the Bernardi campus.
Just the environment, the chapel there, the community that the students experience, it's fantastic. It's just a beautiful environment right there in the Tiber. You just feel like you're part of Rome there.
You go to class together, you eat together, you travel together, it's just, you do Mass together. I mean, just everything was with these other people who are very serious about their faith and about, you know, God's will in their life. And so I think in that way, you know, that was something that really influenced me really profoundly.
It gives them an opportunity to experience a community in which there are built-in opportunities for spiritual direction, for retreats, for daily liturgy, for prayer, for service with the Missionaries of Charity or the Sant'Egidio movement.
That's why we chose this program, is because we saw it as something that would help us live our faith better.
Our community is the presence of Christ's grace. It really is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Rome has strengthened my faith. It's challenged me to grow in my faith.
This has definitely been a life-changing experience. It's fantastic.
I'm so fond of it now. I feel like it's always going to have a place in my heart as sort of another home.
When I came back from Rome, I think my friends just noticed that my love for the church had intensified, and it really grew.
Rome had an incredible effect on my faith.
Rome was one of the best experiences of college.
A lot of my favorite memories from college come from the time I spent in Rome for a semester, from meeting the Holy Father to just hanging out with people in the city of Rome or traveling around Europe together.
For me, Rome was a great experience to open my eyes to the world.
Rome was amazing. It was an amazing opportunity, and Catholic Studies provided me with that opportunity.
So when I think of Catholic Studies, I think of Rome.